I don't even know if I'm right here. Okay. Oh, Eddie, you need to text Jack. I told him why you weren't getting back to him. I told him that maybe Saturday morning we could go. But the three of us have to sit down. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Every time I do this, it always sucks. Um,
Me too.
no.
I can't.
Oh my God, please. Okay. Control. Yeah, there's no luck for me. Okay. So I'm hoping some of you find me from where you are. It's just me on right now. So I don't really feel like 6:31. Where's my phone? Almost did. I lost that now too. Oh, there it is. I got no people. So I'm still hoping that you guys catch me. Oh, I think someone joined me. Or is that me? Send me a little note in the chat if you found me. There's two. I'm not two. So it must be right. You guys are finding me, right? Oh, I'm back to one. Shoot. Okay, that's not good. Two. Back to two. Okay. Well, hoping that this is gonna work out. I'm glad that you're joining me. There's two of us anyway. I hope that it's okay with you guys that I decided to do it this way tonight. I'm gonna move the camera back a little bit. Actually, we had a car accident today. Not a bad one. Everybody's fine, but kind of reaffirmed my thoughts that it was going to be a better idea for everybody to stay home tonight and to not get out or not to not to not have a crash. So I was just looking at to see there were still two of us so far, but I figure if one of you, if someone found me, maybe someone else will as well. So let's get started. We'll get started and hopefully others will join. come down, and I might just check my phone every once in a while. If you leave me a message in the chat, I can't really see it from here, but I might get up once in a while just to check to see what's happening. Let's begin lying on our back. So come all the way down onto your back, tuck your shoulder blades in. Your hips and your knees are about hip width apart. Of course, your hips are hip width apart. Your knees and your feet are hip width apart. If you want to change this up, if you want to extend your legs or go butterfly or constructive rest, do that by all means. And take a few breaths. These first few moments, always appropriate to just spend getting settled onto the mat, getting settled into the practice, and finding our setting the world and everything that happened aside, so that we can focus on ourselves for the next hour. I didn't put any music on because I didn't know how that would do with the speaker and my voice and the sound of my voice. So I thought it would be best just to leave it off, reminding me to turn this fan off. It gets too loud when I try to do this. Now, I want to try a breath exercise where we're going to bring knees into the chest, and you can just cup your hands over your knees. But I really want you to try and connect the thighs to the tummy or the chest. And you can have one hand on each knee, or maybe interlace the fingers or hold your opposite wrist to hold on tight. Actually, probably best have one hand on each knee. And as you take a breath in, let your belly expand and your knees push away from you. And maybe your elbows will come towards straight. And then as you exhale, and the navel drops back down towards your spine, you can bring the knees in tight. Your tailbone might even lift up off the floor. And inhale. Exhale, drawing the knees in. Inhale, pushing the knees away with your tummy. And then exhale, drawing them back in. Let's just do this for a couple more moments. You might feel that you rock towards the front, like more towards your tailbone with the inhale. And then as you exhale, the low back pushes down, the tailbone lifts. I'll let you work this at your own pace for a couple of breaths. I'm getting some messages from people that their internet is too slow or they're having troubles with connection tonight, which I guess comes with the bad weather. Mark's trying to get in. You You can see in this way, your diaphragm is actually the muscle that's responsible for your breath. Kind of bisects your body right underneath your rib cage. It's a dome-shaped muscle. And by breathing like this, you're actually strengthening it. Let's just do a couple more times. And then on your next inhale, let's just release your hands from your knees and bring your feet down onto the floor. And again, you can take a couple of breaths here. Now from here, I want to take just your right knee into your chest. So you could exhale, pull that right knee right into your chest. Make like a basket with your hands and bring that knee closer in towards your chest. Engage your ankles, so pulling the toes back towards your shin. And let's take the left foot straight up towards the ceiling. You can wiggle your shoulders around, flatten your shoulder blades. Again, with your left foot, engage the ankle, pull the toes back towards your shin. So you're really pushing your heel up towards the ceiling. Take a nice breath, another nice breath in. And then as you exhale, start to lower that left leg, bringing your left heel to hover over the mat. And you might notice, actually, let's just do that. And then inhale, bring it back up again. Now this time, as you exhale and bring it down, notice how the pressure changes in your spine, your back, your low back, your ribs into the floor. Notice if there's any movement, any change. Inhale to bring it back up. As you exhale, last time, bring it down. You're bringing your left heel to hover about an inch above the mat. Press your low back into the mat. Now, if it's hard for you to press your low back into the mat like this, lift your left foot a little bit so it's more than an inch up off the floor. Now from here, tuck your chin and start to roll your shoulders away from the floor. So you're bringing your nose towards your right knee. You can stay like this or take your hands away from your knee and reach them towards the front of the mat. Feet are engaged, low backs pressed down, chins tucked. Take a full cycle of breath here. In and exhale. Now from here, you can lower your shoulders, take your hands back onto your knee, and let's bring the left foot back up towards the ceiling. Take a full cycle of breath here to rest. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left heel to extend the leg, hovering over the mat. Press the low back down. Tuck the chin, lift the shoulders, reach the fingertips forward. One full cycle of breath. Hands to the knees, roll your shoulders back, left foot up. Let's bring the left knee into the chest now. You can take your hands over, interlace around the left knee. Extend the right heel straight up to the ceiling. Both feet or the ankles are engaged, so the toes pulled back towards the shins. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, right heel to hover. Inhale, lift that right foot. Notice it's not a fast motion. I'm really taking my time about lifting and lowering that heel. This time, expand the awareness from your left leg, maybe even your left hip, out into the low back, the low ribs. Notice the pressure changes into the floor as you lower that right heel. and then come back up. And now this time, let's take the right heel down, tuck the chin, lift the shoulders, and reach the fingertips towards the front of your mat. One full cycle of breath here, in and out. With an inhale, you could lower your shoulders and your head, bring your hands back to your knee, and lift the right heel back up towards the ceiling. Full cycle of breath here to rest. Inhale, extend the right heel towards the front of the mat. Exhale, tuck the chin, lift the shoulders. Inhale, hands reach. Let's stay for a full cycle of breath here. Inhale, come back to relax. You can bring your right knee into your chest. Let's just make some circles with the knees here. Come around a couple of times. And then go the other way. Now from here, take your hands behind your knees. Tuck your chin into your throat and start to rock the length of your spine. Just rock a couple of times. Notice I'm not like swinging my head around. I'm really using the strength of my legs to initiate this this movement. Just checking to see if anybody else is sending messages, but finding us. Hopefully everybody found us. And let's, from here, just come to a seat. Give the shoulders a roll. Looking for a tall, straight spine. It's nice when you're at home because you have all the things that you might like to have with you to practice. So if you want to sit up on a cushion or something like, or a folded blanket, go ahead. And let's reach hands up towards the ceiling. Just a nice big stretch all the way up. Big breath in. As we exhale, turn to the right and bring your left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. Nice easy twist. Taking the right shoulder back. You can look out over your right shoulder. This fire is hot. Hot, hot, we got it. Taking another full cycle of breath. Now let's release the right hand from the floor. Reach it straight up to the ceiling. So you're maintaining the twist. We're reaching the right hand up. And then let's arc to the left. So your left shoulder will dip towards your left knee and the right hand reaches. Right hip pushes down. Take a full cycle of breath here. Another breath in. Roll the right shoulder up, back. Really open your armpit towards the ceiling. And then let's take the right hand down to your left knee. And you're crossing the arms above the elbows, or as much as possible above the elbows. Tuck the chin and just roll down over your legs. Round the spine. Taking a breath into the back of your body now. You can feel the rib cage open at the back. Now from here, turn your palms up. So just release your knees, turn your palms up, and hold opposite shoulders. Let's roll up to sit. Nice tall spine. You can lift your elbows till they're about shoulder height and keep reaching towards the inner edge of your shoulder blades. You can stay like this, or if you want to take eagle arms, bring your fingertips to face the ceiling. Your left fingertips come to the right palm. So elbows are still shoulder height, and press the palms away from your face. Take a full cycle of breath here. Really feeling the breath now in the back body. In the space behind your shoulder blades, between your shoulder blades. One more breath. Let's unwind arms and reach hands out. Take your hands to your chest, interlace the fingers, and press your palms forward. Let's give the hands, the fingers, the palms a little stretch. And then we'll take the palms up overhead. You can keep this bind of the fingers, and let's start to create a twist to the left. So turn the chest to the left. Hips stay really firmly rooted into the floor. And then we can release hands. Bring your right hand down, your left hand behind you. Bring your chin towards your left shoulder. Take another full cycle of breath. And then from here, take the left hand up and over, dipping your right shoulder towards your right knee. Left hand's reaching, and make sure that your left hip isn't picking up away from the floor. It's not even getting light. You're really heavy, as heavy on your left hip as you are on the right. Full cycle of breath. From here, let's start to reach the left hand down to the right knee. Got a nice cross of your arms just above the elbows if possible. You can round down the spine. Just roll down, get a nice forward fold, feeling the breath in the back of your body. Let's turn the palms up. Take each shoulder and start to roll up to sit. Elbows are about shoulder height, and you can start to crawl your fingertips along your shoulder blades towards the center of your back. A big reach here. Now from here, you can stay, or you can come to eagle arms. So the fingertips come up towards the ceiling. Your right fingertips come to your left palm. And lift the elbows and push the hands away from the face. Take like 2 more breaths here. And then let's extend the arms out to the sides, hoping your arms, your shoulders feel nice and light now. Let's make our way to a tabletop pose. So the hands are going to come underneath the shoulders, the knees, underneath the hips. Just checking my time here. And we'll take a couple of cats and cows. So inhale to tip the tailbone up, drop the tummy, chest pulls forward. Exhale to round the spine, look back to your knees. Couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to a neutral spine. As you exhale, curl into your toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet, shake your head out, drop your heels. Full cycle of breath here. Maybe you want to be still now, let the heels drop. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees. As you exhale, step to the front of the mat to dangle. Nice soft knees, holding opposite elbows and dangle. Coming back to center. Let's roll all the way up to stand. Hands up. You can look up if that feels good. As you exhale, Join the palms, bring your hands down through heart center, and then drop them next to your hips, palms face forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, join the palms and bring them down through the midline. Inhale, hands up. Join the palms. Exhale, come down through the midline, this time into a forward fold. You can dangle again or be a little bit more active. It's up to you. And then inhale into a halfway lift. Fingertips to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward. Nice flat back. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant your hands, and let's step back to downward facing dog. Nice breath here. Inhale. Let's lift the right heel up and back. Big stretch. And as you exhale, bring your right foot forward between your hands. Lower down onto the left knee. So you're in your nice runner's lunge, or it's not really a runner's lunge, a nice kneeling lunge, low lunge. Sink the hips towards your right heel. Really let that go. You can find a hamstring stretch here, sliding the hips back. And looking for a stretch in the back of your right leg. Inhale to come forward. And exhale to slide the hips back. Inhale, come forward into your lunge. As you exhale, I want to take the right foot and slide it back until it's about hip height. Inhale your left hand forward, spinal extension. Your left hand's shoulder height, your right heel is hip height. Pull the low belly in to support the spine. Take a breath. As you exhale, one time, join the left elbow, the right knee. Inhale to extend. As you exhale, left hand down, right toes to the back of the mat. Right leg's extended. Circle your right heel down to the mat. And notice you're getting a little bit of a twist in the spine. The right hip is starting to lift. Even though your shoulders, your chest is still facing down, you're twisting at the hip. Let's turn this into a side plank variation so that we take the twist out of the spine. Turning the chest to the right, reaching the right hand straight up towards the ceiling. From here, turn your right palm towards the front of your mat and reach overhead. Squeeze into your right outer hip and lift the right heel till it's about hip height. Take a nice breath here. As you exhale, see if you can squeeze your right knee towards your right elbow and your right elbow towards your right knee. So just squeeze them like a little crunch. Inhale to extend. As you exhale, right hand down, right knee down. Curl into the toes. Let's lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, let's take the left heel up and back. As you exhale, left foot forward between the hands. Sink down into the left knee. Finding a nice deep stretch. Okay. You can find a hamstring stretch. Slide the hips back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And of course, as always, you could choose to stay in the hamstring stretch or into the lunge. One more breath, however you're choosing to be. And then let's inhale into the lunge. Hands down, frame the front foot. And let's take the left foot back. Hip height, push out through the heel. Inhale your right hand forward, spinal extension. Exhale, left knee meets right elbow. Inhale to extend. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left toes at the back of the mat. Spiral your left heel down to the mat. Notice the left hip lifted. You're getting a little bit of a twist in the spine here. Let's make our way into a side plank, lifting the chest towards the left, lifting the left shoulder, maybe the left hand. Turn your palm towards the front of the room and then reach overhead. If you like, you can squeeze the left hip until it's about hip. Your left foot is about hip height. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, left knee and left elbow join. Inhale to extend. Exhale, tabletop pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, drop your heels. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. As you exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Let's come all the way up to stand. Hands up. You can look up. As you exhale, bring the crown of your head high. Keep the hands up. Take a breath in. Exhale, chair pose. Slide the hips back and down. Coming into a nice deep chair pose. Reach the hands forward. Take a breath in. Lift your right heel. As you exhale, take that right foot back to the back of the mat. Arrow lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale now, spiral your right heel down to the mat, kind of like we just did in table. And notice the movement of the right hip. It's creating a little twist in the spine in a very similar way to the way it did when we were in tabletop just a moment ago. So this time, see if you can take the right hip forward. You're almost going to feel like you're lengthening your right leg. You're really stretching and lengthening through that right leg. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, let's come to warrior two. So that's the other option we could do. We could let that right hip come back, turning the chest and the hips towards the long edge of the mat. Reach your hands, left hand forward, right hand back. Press down into both feet evenly. Full cycle of breath. Let's inhale to stretch, to reverse, and exhale to extended side angle. Left elbow to left knee, right hand reaches. Nice breath in. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Everything's facing the long edge of the mat now. As you exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees. Let's come all the way up to stand. 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Take a breath in. And then exhale, let's cartwheel the hands down. Lift the right heel. I want to take the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Now from here, I want to inhale forward to your high plank pose. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's try that again. Inhale forward to your high plank pose. Take your time about making this movement. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. See if you can do these moves without moving your hands and feet around. One more time. Inhale forward, high plank. Exhale. Let's this time lower to the floor. Coming down to a prone position. Tap your forehead down to the floor. Hands next to the chest. Let's take 3 cobra poses because we haven't done any yet. Press into the tops of the feet, lift the chest. Exhale to release, tap the forehead. Inhale to lift, nice and light in your hands, heavy in the tops of your feet. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Now from here, you can curl into your toes. You could lift up to table or to plank on your knees or on your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. As you exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale right into a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Let's come all the way up to stand. Hands up, crown of the head high. As you exhale, chair pose. Slide your hips back and down, back and down, back and down. Coming into a nice chair pose. Just checking to see. Oh, you guys did send me some notes. I see you and hear you. I see you. I wish I could see you guys. Okay, I'm just talking chair here though, right? So lift the left heel. And let's take the left foot back to the back of the mat. Into this arrow lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, spiral the left heel down so you're in warrior one. And you feel that tug of your left hip pulling like a little twist in the spine. So we have a choice here. We can either go with it or we can press the left hip forward. Take a full cycle of breath here. And then let's let that left hip release back as we come into warrior two. You're deep in the right knee. Looking out over your right fingertips. Pressing down to both feet evenly. Let's take a reverse. So drop the left hand, lift the right up and back. Inhale. Warrior two. Let's come to 5-pointed star. Nice big breath in. This time, let's take your hands together and slide them down through the midline, coming into a squat. Driving your knees out over your toes. And then take your hands apart, sweep them down, around, out, and up as you straighten the legs. Joining the palms overhead. Let's try that 2 more times. Exhale to sink. Inhale, reach down and out with your hands. Come back up. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Inhale here. And then exhale, let's cartwheel hands down. Lift the left heel and take your right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Now, here in down dog, I want you to bend your elbows like just 1 inch. Just 1 inch. And notice the elbows stay in line with your wrists. So I don't want them going out to the side, but your elbows are pointing back towards your feet. as you're bending them back towards the back of the mat. And like I said, it's just a little bend. And we can inhale forward to your high plank pose, keeping that little bend. Exhale back, down dog with that little bend. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, back. Last one, inhale forward. And you can always put your knees down here. As you exhale, take the whole exhale to come all the way down to the floor. This time, let's try locust pose. So take your hands back towards the back of the mat, palms face down, thumbs face out. And let's inhale to lift. Lifting your hands, your chest, your feet. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Hands next to your chest. Curl into the toes. Inhale up to table or plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, your right heel lifts up and back. Exhale, right knee to your left elbow. So it's going to be a bit of a twist underneath your body. Sweep that right knee over to your right elbow. And then reach it up and back, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Let's inhale up to your crescent lunge. You can have a nice big reach up here. And then take your hands to your hips. Start to push off the ball of your left foot, bringing your weight into your right leg. And we're going to come to a standing staff, standing on your right leg with the left knee forward. Give your right leg, your right knee a little bit of a bend. Put your left ankle over the right knee for a standing figure 4. Hands at your hips, start to push your hips back and down, back and down, back and down. Until you start to feel a nice stretch on your outer left hip. You can slide your left hand to your left knee and push it forward and down while you pull your right hip back and down. Let's take 3 breaths. Inhale, standing staff, left knee high. And as you exhale, set your left foot down outside your right foot. So your pinky toes are next to one another. Left hand to your hip. Right hand's going to reach up and over. Nice big stretch here. From here, make sure you've got a little bend in your right knee, pushing into your left calf. And let's come to a forward fold. Just getting an extra little stretch across the back of that right leg. Now from here, let's take the right foot back, the left foot back. You're going to sort them out so they're on the right side again. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Put that little bend in your elbows. Maybe it's 1 inch, maybe it's a little more now. And inhale forward to your plank pose with that little bend. Exhale to the mat, nice and slow. Build strength on the negative. Inhale, your choice, cobra or locust. Exhale to release. Inhale, table or plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, your left heel lifts up and back. As you exhale, Left knee to right elbow. Inhale to sweep the left knee over to the left elbow. And exhale, three-legged dog. Stay for the breath in. And then exhale, let's bring the left foot forward between the hands. From here, we're going to come up to our crescent lunge. You can have your hands at your hips and start to push off the ball of your right foot, bringing your weight forward. And you can rock a couple of times if you like. Bringing your weight forward into that left foot, bringing the right knee high. Coming to standing staff standing on your left leg, the right knee high. From here, we come to figure four, right ankle over the left knee, and start to slide the hips back and down, back and down. Your right hand can slide to your right knee. Sink down, take a nice stretch. Two more breaths. And inhale, to come up, standing staff. As you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your left foot. Pinky toes are next to each other. Right hand can stay at your hip and left hand's gonna reach up and over. Nice side stretch. Inhale to come up, both hands up. Remember, pushing your left shin into your right calf so you're not hyperextending that left knee. Let's swan dive down to a forward fold. Take a full cycle of breath here. From here, let's take the left foot back to the back of the mat. That right foot back. Sort out your feet now so they're on the right sides. And you're in downward facing dog. Once again, that little bend of your elbows. And notice your elbows are sort of pulling in towards one another. I often think about like you can feel your elbows pulling into one another, and maybe your shoulder blades pulling apart from one another. Let's inhale forward to your high plank with that little bend. Exhale to the mat, nice and slow, building strength. Inhale, your choice, cobra or locust. Exhale to release. Inhale, up to table. And let's just do a shoulder stretch. So left hand plants, right hand lifts, getting a little twist in the spine. And then as you exhale, right hand dives underneath your left arm. Reach, reach, reach. Let's try this again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Right shoulder, right ear, come down. Let's take 3 breaths here. Let's take 2 breaths here. And let's come back to tabletop pose. Inhale, the chest turns to the left hand lifts. And exhale, twist to the right. Left hand reaches under the right. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. The last one, inhale. Exhale, the left shoulder, the left ear down. You can leave your right hand where it is, or you can reach it forward if there's anything special you'd like to do. Just 1 more breath here. Inhale, back to table. As you exhale, Curl into your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet halfway up the mat and your hands halfway back on the mat so that you're in a standing forward fold. Soften the knees. Let's roll up to stand. Peace fingers up to the sky. Hands to your hips. And take your feet to the width of the mat. Toes are off the mat, heels are on the mat. So the feet are at a bit of an angle. And I want to sink down into a deep squat. So you can put your hands on the floor and support yourself, or blocks and support yourself. You could sit down onto blocks, or if you're at home and you've got like a cushion or something, if you want to sit on it, you can go ahead, or you can just squat. Elbows inside the knees, hands to your heart. Just take a few breaths here. Sinking the hips till they are till they're heavy. Letting the crown of the head be high. So lengthening and flattening the back as much as possible here. Elbows are inside the knees. Maybe your fingertips are on the floor, or maybe you've got your hands at your heart. It's up to you. Now I just want to move a little bit with these with this squat. So we're going to lift the hips till they're about knee height. So now your spine is flat and parallel to the ceiling. Exhale to lower. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last one. Lift and lower. From here, let's come down onto our seat. You can extend your legs forward, maybe give them a shake out. Bring your right foot to the inside of the left leg so you have like 3 legs. Reach your hands up. And let's twist. I know we did a seated twist at the beginning of practice, but just bear with me. Turn the chest towards the right knee. Left hand can come down to the right knee. Right hand comes behind. Right chin to your right shoulder. You can turn this into a side body stretch. Release your right hand up and over while your left shoulder drops towards your left knee. Push your right hip down. Take a breath. Inhale, unwind from this. Face your left leg and take a forward fold over your left leg. Now you could be really passive and just round down, or you could be a little bit more active. Come forward with a flat back, reaching your hand somewhere along the calf or the ankle, or maybe even to the feet. I'm not sure. Can't tell from here. Come on up. From here, I want to just do a big front body stretch. So your right hand's going to come down to the floor, just outside your right hip. You're going to press into your left heel, your right knee, your right hand. Left hand reaches up, and we're going to lift the hips. Coming into a nice full body stretch all the way along the whole left side of the body. It's kind of like a modified wild thing or stargazer. And then let's come back down. Right leg extends. Left leg comes to the inside of the right leg. Reach hands up. Let's turn the chest towards the left knee. And the right hand can come to the left knee. Left hand comes behind. Chin can reach over towards your left shoulder. Take a full cycle of breath here. Now from here, you can take that left hand and reach it up and over. Really dipping your right shoulder towards the right knee. Taking a breath into the left side rib cage. Let's unwind from this. Both hands up, face your right leg, and then you can forward fold in a passive or a more active way, just depending on what you feel like at this point in the practice. Inhale to come all the way up. Plant your left hand, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. You're going to push into your right heel, your left knee, your left hand. Reach up with your right hand while you lift your hips. You can reach that right hand right overhead. Turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And then exhale and come back to your seat. You can extend your left leg. Give yourself a little shake out. Bend both knees. Press down into the big toe mounds of both your feet. You can have your hands on the mat or reaching forward. Tuck your chin for sure. And start to roll yourself down to lie on your back. Coming into Savasana. And this is our last pose. We're heading into Savasana. If there's any final stretches or movements or shapes or anything like that that you'd like to take, this is the moment for that. Maybe you want to do a happy baby pose or something else. It's all good. Up to you. Find what feels good. And then when you have had enough of whatever you're up to, you could find your way to Savasana. Now, Savasana is usually cued as lying flat on your back, but as you know, you can do whatever you'd like for Savasana. You can lie flat on your back. You could flip over onto your front. You could lie on your side, whatever. You could sit up. And I was gifted today a book called Talking to the Wild, Bedtime Stories We Never Knew We Needed. It's a book of poetry. And I thought that maybe I would read one to you. This is pretty dim in here. Once you're comfortable. Okay, this one's called Breathe. She sat at the back, and they said she was shy. She led from the front, and they hated her pride. They asked her advice, and then questioned her guidance. They branded her loud, then were shocked by her silence. When she shared no ambition, they said it was sad. So she told them her dreams, and they said she was mad. They told her they'd listen, then they covered their ears, and they gave her a hug whilst they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her to be as best they could. But one day she asked what was best for herself, instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest, and she stood with the trees. She heard the wind whisper and dance with the leaves. And she spoke to the willow, to the elm, and the pine. And she told them what she'd been told time after time. She told them she felt never nearly enough. She was either too little or far, far too much. Too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too weak, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek. And she found a small clearing surrounded by firs. And she stopped and she heard what the tree said to her. And she sat there for hours, not wanting to leave. For the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe. Stay here for a few more moments. Enjoying the end of practice. Hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. And you were able to enjoy a quiet practice tonight at home. Now, when you're ready to begin moving again, start with a couple of deep breaths. You can start to wiggle out through your fingers and your toes. Turn your wrists and your ankles, your head from side to side. Just wiggle and stretch. And maybe you're ignoring me. Maybe you're like, I'm lying here and I'm not moving. And this is what we say at the end of every class. Wouldn't it be great if we were home and we could just not have to get up and go home while you're home? So you can enjoy, and you can ignore me entirely. But if you are ready to get up, if you haven't had your supper yet, or if you just want to enjoy your evening, you can start to bring your knees into your chest. Sway around from side to side. Maybe roll onto your side in the fetal position. Or if you like, you could rock the length of your spine to come up to sit. Either way, take your time. And once you become fully seated, look for a tall, straight spine. And inhale, hands up. Join your palms, thumbs to the third eye, and we'll hinge forward. Our final pose for today, for tonight. Namaste. Well, I hope this worked out for you. I would welcome feedback. And I hope you have a good evening from here. And I do really miss seeing you, seeing your faces. It's a little weird sitting here in my living room by myself, talking to the air, but so I will absolutely forward to seeing any and all of you next week. Namaste. It's not over till I turn it off, is it? Bye-bye, everybody. I think some of you are still just lying there. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Lynn. I miss seeing you. I was looking forward to that, but I'll see you next week. Oh, shoot, I hope people got in.